sit on a hill, kiss your chumline.
I'm Lola.
And I'm Jamie.
And today we're talking about the treasure and the pearl.
But that will be after a time of worship.
We are continuing to look at some of the parables that Jesus told in the Bible. Today we are going to look at a parable found in Matthew 13, verses 44 to 46. And I'll read it for you. The kingdom of heaven is like a treasure that a man discovered hidden in a field. In his excitement, he hid it again and sold everything he owned to get enough money to buy that field. Again, the kingdom of heaven is like a merchant on the lookout for choice pearls. When he discovers a pearl of great value, he sold everything he had and bought it. What do you think these parables mean? What do you hold most valuable? Think about it. I'm going to ask you a few questions. Well, a few more questions. Who do you think the man who hid the treasure in the field is? Or who the merchant looking out for choice pearls was? Who do you think the treasure is? Who do you think the pearl is? I'm asking you all these questions without making sure that we understand what treasure is or what a pearl is. Treasure can be used as both a noun or a verb. Remember, a noun is a thing, place, person or idea, and a verb is a doing word. As a noun, it is an object that is really, really, really valuable, such as a diamond or gold. Those are just examples. And as a verb, it is what you do to take care of something that is very valuable. So you're keeping something carefully. So let's come to pearls. Now, pearls are found in oysters or mussels. It's when something that is irritable, an irritant like maybe a grain of sand or a bug like a parasite, gets into the oyster or mussel, something that shouldn't be there. So what the oyster or mussel does to protect itself is to secrete, to release a chemical which surrounds this irritant, and it keeps on secreting this thing, layers upon layers upon layers, and it gets much, much bigger. What ends up happening is that you get a pearl, and these pearls are very valuable. No two pearls are the same. They are all different. They're different colors, different shapes, different sizes. They're just different. Remember those questions I asked at the beginning? The merchant and the owner of the field? Those are God the Father. The field is the world, and we are the treasure. We are also the pearl. God treasures us so much that he gave up his son so as to save us. As I said, we're the pearl too. We are very, very valuable and are treasured by God. Even though we can be irritating, yet he treasures us. Each one of us are different, and God knows us right down to every single hair on our heads. So that's how God the Father values us. He was willing to give up his only begotten Son, Jesus Christ, to come to earth, to pay a price that he didn't owe, for a sin he didn't commit, so as to allow us to get into, to be in the kingdom of heaven. These are very interesting parables. But for today, that's the end of the story.
Hey guys, do you dream of finding a chest filled with buried treasure? I think everybody does, don't they? So why don't we make these simple treasure chests so that you could hide them for somebody to find and you could tell them today's story. So for this you need a piece of A4, and we're going to take a black pen and we're just going to draw a border all around the edge. Okay, so you can measure it if you like, but I'm just doing it by eye, just a little way in from the edge, and the last one I'm going to draw it right across. Okay, so we've got it like that. Next, what we're going to do is draw circles, little circles, all the way around like this. These are what are called rivets. These are the nails that are holding the planks of wood together and keeping our treasure chest from falling apart. And you want to have circles all the way around these three sides, but not along this side. And once you've got those, we're then going to draw lines all the way across the middle, and this is going to be the planks of the treasure chest. So once you've got all of the circles and all of the lines drawn in, it will look something like this. And you can see how when we fold this side up and this side down, this is going to make our treasure chest. But before we fold it, of course, we want to colour it in. And it's a big area, so this is where a wax crayon really comes into its own if you've got one. You can just do very quickly, get the planks coloured in, and then pressing a bit harder, you're going to colour in the border. And once you've done that, I suggest taking a yellow pen so that it looks like metal, and colouring in all of the rivets. And once it's all coloured in, you'll have something that looks like this. Now we're ready to fold it over. So this side, the side without the rivets, that's going to be the top of your treasure chest. So fold the bottom up and then the top down like this, okay? And now what we need to do is make these parts, which are the locking mechanism, because you don't want your treasure chest just lying open, do you? So you need to get another piece of paper, and we want 2 locks, so fold it in half, and then we'll draw out the shape. So these long sections, you want to be about 8 centimetres. So we'll draw down 8 centimetres. And then at the bottom, we've made it a bit fancy. What you've got is a kind of a ball coming out on each side, and then another one at the bottom. This shape. But you can really make it any fancy shape that you want. And then we'll cut that out, and obviously because we folded our paper in half, we'll get 2 of those. I wonder what treasure will be in your treasure chest. The priceless kingdom of God. So here we have these ready to be stuck on like this. But first of all, we're going to decorate these as well. So again, we're going to draw on some rivets like this. And then we're going to draw a lock. So for that, what you want to do is a black circle like this. And then underneath that, coming down from it, a black triangle. And that gives you the shape of the lock, where the key would go in. Once again, we'll colour those in, and now we're ready to get it all stuck together. So we'll fold down the lid. I'll just put that on to weight it down, and then we'll use these locks to actually stick the whole thing together. So I'll just put some glue on there, and I'll put that on here. And then same with the other one. I'll put some glue on here and stick that like that. And there we have it. It's sort of like an envelope. You could just put something inside, or if you prefer, you could squash it down a bit, just give it a little fold so that it's a bit more 3D. And oops, if I can get it like this one, it will sit up. Oh, it doesn't want to do it now. So, a very simple treasure chest. You can hide anything that you wanted inside, and you can use this to tell the parable of the hidden treasure, and of course, to keep all your precious things in. Well, I hope you enjoy making a treasure chest. Maybe you will really find some hidden treasure this week, but definitely you can find the kingdom of God this week. And I'll see you next week for another craft. Bye!
This parable really makes you stop and ask, what does it really mean?
Why do you say that?
Well, there's so many bits to it. The field, the man, and the treasure.
It's pretty much 2 parables that mean the same exact thing. The pearl of great value, which is pretty much a treasure. Everything they had was sold to buy the treasure in both parables.
These parables are like dreams I dream that I need to be told what they mean.
Wow, Jimmy, you're really thinking deeply into this. It's a good thing though. We should all take seriously what God says in the Bible, because His words may answer our questions.
You're right, and I'm glad that we're precious to God. At least that's what I took from this parable. And He has done everything for us.
That's right. And it's really good that that's what you understand from this parable. Is there anything else that you guys understand from the parable? That's it for this week.
Till next time.
Bye.
Bye.